Boys and girls, does anybody know YouTube's policy about smoking and drinking on video? As far as I know, they hate that stuff, but bon appetit, baby. Yeah, I'm a pussy. I use Chaser. Episode 71, Attack on Titan. Spoiler free, not spoiler free. The hell can I say, huh? I'll try to keep it a lot going instead of lamenting my reactions. They tackled the concept of death and the consequences and the repercussions that come about as a result of it. Essentially, two warring nations coming up against each other, both somewhat using child soldiers. One side kills somebody important on that side gets revenge and kills somebody on the other. And what you're left with at the end of it is a child forgiven by the parents of the woman that she murdered. All the while in the midst of a massive conspiracy against the government of that nation that they're in right now. Aaron Yeager, WTF, times 1,000. What the hell can I say? But gone are the days, boys and girls, of the children playing as soldiers, of the cringe little titans waddling everywhere they go, eating people. I probably can't post this shit. Looking at the mother freaking beast titan right now on my ramen poster. If you guys want to check that out. Oh, excuse the mess. Check that out. Yeah. Otaka ramen. Let's go. Man, this little quality sucks ass. What am I doing with these videos, huh? Can anybody tell me? There's gotta be much better structure than this shit, dude. What the hell? What the fuck? More likely than not, I need to write down things in like a bullet point list. The reaction without the video, the reaction without context really doesn't matter as much to viewers. For me, I could look back and like, wow, he was sad, he was crying. Yeah, I cried. I punched a dent in my mini fridge just out of sheer frustration. I wonder if y'all can see that. Right. Oh yeah, that's perfect on the freaking camera. One thing I can say about Attack on Titan, it's an anime that goes 0 to 100. Not real quick, but quick enough. We learned that they're not just an isolated nation, stuck within their walls, separated, not even separated from humanity. They were told that they were the last people left on the whole entire planet Earth because the Titans came about and ate everybody. And the only reason they were protected was because they were inside the walls. Spoilers, the walls were made out of massive titans who used the hardening ability around their skin to create impenetrable walls. And apparently they're going to use that shit to do something. They're going to break down the walls, wake up the titans, and attack the whatever world. We got Eren Yeager, who's a titan who keeps eating other titans and absorbing their power somehow. Apparently he has a power to control every single titan on the planet, but can't use it because he doesn't have royal blood. Somebody with royal blood literally needs to eat him after becoming a Titan themselves. Power in the blood, man. They just invaded, what the hell was the nation called? Marley? Eldians. No, the Paradise. Paradise Island is where the main people are from, main characters. Just recently they attacked that nation of Marley across the sea. Eren Yeager ended up eating a Titan. Almost ate a few others. A child soldier used their ODM gear, they call it. Zipline bullshit. Ended up killing a scout soldier who was hanging from an airship, using his zip line to go all the way up to the top. Had a rifle with her. Her little boyfriend apparently latched onto her as well. They flew up, she took the rifle, shot Sasha straight through the freaking gut. One of the cutest, nicest characters, funniest in the anime, kind of obsessed about food, always wanted to eat, stealing meat from the whatever other soldiers to bring to her little squad, her little group, cutting it into little slices for sandwiches and all that. Ravenously hungry all the time, ha ha ha. Blasted through the chest by a kid. All the soldiers on the airship straight up wanted to murder that little POS. Instead, they decided to keep her around. They take her back to her little island. She escapes with her little boyfriend. They end up running through the forest so they get found by an orphan girl who's actually being taken care of by the parents of the girl. What the hell is the girl, little chick's name? Anyways, I don't even know. The little bastard kid. They end up taking her to the home. Parents are running a little orphanage for all the kids. And what she doesn't know that she's with the parents of the girl Sasha that she killed by blasting her through the chest. They don't know who she is. A little while goes by, they end up going to a restaurant to eat food made by the guy who was actually in love with Sasha. He was a chef. Sasha loved his food, ate his food like crazy. They show that that he made seafood for them. He's like, oh, these dogs that captured me, they don't know anything about food or whatever. They're savages, devils, they call them. Sasha digs in, ends up eating the lobster, all that, falling in love with the food, and he in turn ends up falling in love with her. Sorry, y'all, I drink when I'm sad. YouTube can suck my nuts if they're gonna strike me or something for it. The parents of Sasha take all their kids, the orphans. Basically, the guy said, he cared about Sasha, and if they ever need anything, come, he'll cook for them, show, some kind of appreciation or gratitude that that girl Sasha was in his life. The parents end up bringing all the kids, including that little piece of freaking trash kid who was hiding, I guess, undercover amongst them. So apparently one of the orphans knew that they were from Marley and said, hey, the chef is also from Marley. Go talk to him. Maybe he'll be sympathetic to your cause or something like that. Go talk to him. They end up meeting him in the wine cellar and telling him, hey, we're Marleyans too. We're candidates to become the next Titans. Don't worry. The revenge attack is coming. Soldiers are going to come and from Marley and attack Paradise Island. And we're going to be great. Hang in there. We killed a lot of, enemy soldiers too. So, we're on your side. The guy picks up on it and says, hold on, you killed enemy soldiers. Did you happen to kill a girl? And she says, yeah, we got onto the airship, we blasted her through the stomach, we killed her. And I gotta appreciate this guy. Motherfucker grabs a freaking wine bottle, about to smash the little kid's head in. The little boyfriend gets in the way, bop! Blasts him with the freaking bottle. He ends up bleeding out of his head, man. Not sure if he's dead yet or not, but Apparently, the wine was also poisoned on top of that by some whatever anime logic bullcrap. Gonna turn him into a monster or a titan somehow by drinking that wine. I don't know. He ends up bringing up the girl out to the parents and saying, "Yo," with a knife to the little boyfriend about to kill him. Brings the little brat in front of their face and says, "Yo, this little brat killed your daughter. If you won't kill her, I will." The parents forgive her, giving a nice little speech about how do they put it? Well, essentially being, saying that children who stay too long in this kind of war zone mentality or reality, they end up losing their way. And their little girl Sasha stayed in that uh, war zone for too long. Well, they colored it much more prettily than I'm saying it, but she ended up dying because she was caught up in that for way too long. We should break the cycle and not let that kid be part of this war lifestyle. We forgive her. The guy ends up dropping his knife too. Not dropping his knife, he actually gave it to the parents, dropped the kid, started crying in his hands. Ah, the little orphan that found them in the forest picks up the knife, and within an inch gets the knife to that kid's skull. And lucky for her, there were soldiers of that nation's army present. They were trying to do an investigation. They came just in time, and the main girl, Mikasa, stopped her from getting killed. Now, y'all, I posed this question to myself. If you were in a scenario and your daughter was murdered and the kid who murdered her was right before you, what would you do? Would you kill the kid or would you forgive her? And I told myself, if I was in that situation and my daughter was murdered and the murderer was a kid standing right before me, and I had the choice of whether to kill her or have somebody else kill her and not have my hands dirty or just walk away and forgive her, I told myself I grab a bottle of, the hell is this? Wild Turkey bourbon whiskey. I drink myself near death until I either got over it or died from alcohol poisoning because I could never take the life of a kid. Parents did that without booze, which is amazing. Now, through a child's eyes, it's very easy to find the answer and solution to that. Child just straight up grabbed the knife and was about to kill her, started bawling after they stopped her. How could you kill my sister? How could you take her away from me? And you get this cut where they're walking the killer kid away. Two soldiers are walking her away down the hallway, and you get this sound of the girl crying in the other room. And it's like this faded kind of, hearing a sound from another room, just bawling. Ah! My heart just broke. And I'll tell you what, I guarded against it. I didn't let it break me too much because I know what happens if I go down that road again. Because that kind of stuff is out in the world, real stuff like that. You start questioning, how could a God let that happen? How could people be okay with these things happening? La 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 la. You start going down that rabbit hole, and you just start falling down a pit of despair and depression that you can't crawl yourself out of. And it's in those times when we're crushed and reduced to ashes, men and women, when we're crushed, burned to ashes. In those times is when we know that we have the decision to make, to stay that way or to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. There is no promise that we won't again be reduced to ashes, but our prerogative, our motivation is to constantly rise. Like I said in earlier episodes, if I was a little younger, this anime would crush me, so watchers beware. One that did crush me was actually Legend of Korra. when she ended up in that wheelchair. I don't remember what was it, season 3, fought against that airbender, ended up in the wheelchair. She saw the other girl kind of coming into her own, younger than herself as an airbender, seeing accomplishments of a younger generation while facing the failures as a representative of the older generation. God, I've lived that. In that episode, I was face down on the ground, drowning in a pool of my own tears, and I knew that I could not ever do that again, or else I'll never get out. We'll push the limits of YouTube, y'all. We'll see what they say about this video. Not too many people view it. We get 1 or 2 views. People hop in. I've been seeing the analytics. They hop in for 15 seconds to see this shitty camera quality. They're like, nope. And they back out. This would have been acceptable in the early days of YouTube, not so much now. We'll see. I know a friend who actually had a professional setup and had everything so beautiful, beautiful quality, professional editing, not even editing, but just like professional presentability. He still struggled a little bit with posting his videos. Could do a little bit of a shout out. His channel is called Check This Game. You can find it if you search along with it Sonic 3D Blast. My man by the name of Igor. I don't know if he disclosed that on his channel, but whoops. Check him out if you want to. Till then, y'all, this has been your boy Phoenix Rising. And as always, stay rising, my Phoenixes. Caw.